Yes, son, is your father now. Because how you doing? All right, anyway, I know I told you yesterday, but Merry Christmas again. And once you New Year, Happy New Year too. Okay? I love you now. Take care of yourself now. Fly, 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 boy. Fly, fly, fly. All right now. Take care of yourself. I love you. Mama here. Your father. Bye-bye.
Let me live, let me live. I'm Shawn Deon and welcome to Gay Guy Talk. Father's Day is coming up and I want to give a big shout out to all the amazing dads out there, and an even bigger shout out to my dad, who's no longer here anymore, but I know watches me from a better place. With all that's been going on in the world right now and seeing how it is Pride Month, I thought I'd give a little advice to fathers fathers of LGBTQ plus kids. Pretty much it's for the fathers that don't really know how to handle it, or fathers that suspect that their child might be in that family and hasn't came out yet. First things first that I want to say is that if they do come to you and say something, don't blame yourselves. It's not, what did I do wrong? It's not my child's a sissy, or, kind of stuff like that. It's not anything wrong with it at all. Like, they're coming into being themselves, and it's just something that you have to grow to accept because, life's already hard outside of the household. You don't want to be hard inside or have your child, resent you for you resenting them. Let's start on suspecting your child is a part of the LGBTQ plus community. Especially for those fathers who are okay with it, it's important to try to talk to them early on and let them know, it's cool. Like, it's okay to be who you want to be. Your child can be literally scared on the inside, terrified that the worst is going to happen. You'll kick them out. They'll be homeless on the streets. They'll you beat them up. That happens. Even if they're not a part of that community and you think they might be, educate them on the LGBTQ plus community, letting them know, hey, it's never okay to make fun of those kind of people. Or, hey, those people have nothing wrong with them. You should treat them like everyone else. I love those kind of people. You should love those kind of people too. It kind of opens the door for them to feel more comfortable and like, oh, my father likes, not likes, but like my father understands that community, and I'm probably, gonna be accepted, and it's not gonna be as hard as I thought to open up and talk with my father about these issues. I know for me, or a lot of people I know actually, when you're a child, you picture your dad as this big, tough, scary man. So it's like, if you don't have his approval, it just does something to you. So you're just like, oh God, I have to be perfect. He likes this, I need to like this. And it doesn't leave much room for you to be who you want to be because you're too busy trying to fit the image that you think your dad will accept you as. To find out the lifestyle I want, for starters, my dad is okay with, that will just eliminate a lot of that stress right there. And I know you may not have, experience in this setting or experience in communicating with your child about these things. It might be your only child, or you might have never had to make someone feel accepted. It's kind of like just being a nice person to them because you look to your father to have the answers. So it's like, okay, if I'm feeling like an outsider or if I'm feeling different than everyone else, the minute I know my father tells me that's fine, that's okay, and go on and do your own research after that, so you find the proper words to use or the right things to say and the right way to say it. But in that moment, it's just like, okay, I've never experienced it. Let me just be open-minded and loving. Just offer love. Because above all, that's what we want, especially when coming out. It's just, I want love. And I hear this a lot too. It's like, oh, when I was, growing up, my dad dropped a lot of hints. From your perspective as a father, I can see, okay, like I'm trying to drop hints, hey, take it. I'm trying to find out if you gay or not. But from the other person's point of view, it's like, oh my God, I've been found out. Oh my God, he's about to kick me out the house. Lord Jesus, no, I'm not gay. No, I'm not gay. Yeah, you see that girl? You like that? Do you like that? I'm like, sure, yeah, sure, I like it. The hint dropping is not good. Like, it just makes people feel uncomfortable, and then it makes me think of the worst. I'm like, ah, crap, I've been figured out, and this and that is about to happen. So to wrap the whole coming out thing in a nutshell, just be accepting, loving, and hear what your child has to say, or if you noticed it before, you know, they kind of come to you, approach them in a loving way, and, you know, try to make it an easier process for them to come out, because that alone is just, it takes a toll. And with your support, they're gonna feel like they can conquer the world. For those who, you know, have came out and you may be estranged from your child now, like, you know, it wasn't the best coming out, you flipped, or y'all just did not see eye to eye, or you didn't get it at that time and you let, you know, that situation blow up. Try to mend those relationships, because at the end of the day, you're that person's father, and you know it's not easy to, you know, apologize to anybody for what you said. And even the children who probably, you know, matched that energy and said some hurtful things themselves, when they come back, you know, when everyone comes back, or one other person's come back to fix the relationship, make sure you meet them halfway, because no one's gonna keep prying. Like, okay, do you forgive me now? Do you forgive me now? Like, I know as the child, it probably hurt. A lot of things of what they said probably hurt, but if they're coming to you in a very forgiving manner, it's just best to, I didn't say forgive and forget, but it is best to, you know, reach out and try to make things work, because at the end of the day, life is way too short to go through and be like, you know what, I've been mad at my dad for calling me a faggot or something of that nature, and it's 20 years later, you know, and it takes a lot of energy to hate someone, or a lot of energy to just resent anyone. So it's best you kind of just nip that in the bud when you can, because one day they're not going to be here, and there's going to be a lot of regret there. Go ahead and fix the relationship. Fathers, reach out. Tell your child you love them. Tell your son, your daughter, you love them. And a lot will happen from there. When I was coming out, it's like, I didn't want anything but to be told it's okay and a hug. Like, I just wanted to be hugged and, you know, I love you. That's it. Just to say what your child wants is probably just something as simple as that. And for those fathers that don't have LGBTQ+ kids, you can still raise your kids in a manner of loving and accepting, because like right now, there's black, trans, beautiful women being murdered left and right, and it's only because people don't understand what they don't get. Like, they're not trying to understand it either. It's more so, okay, that's a freak and that's not like everyone else, so they attack what they don't understand. And raising your kids to know about everyone and who they'll face out there in the future is a big deal, because 10 times out of 10, one of these days in their walks of life, they're gonna come across a person of the LGBTQ+ community and either have questions or, you know, or judge them right off the back. And a little lesson when they're younger, or just, you know, talking with them and keeping them educated on other people helps a whole lot. This world's already chaotic enough. Hate is taught, so just for you to say stuff out the side of your mouth, your child might be looking at that and they're gonna think, oh, that's how you talk to that kind of person, or da 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 da. So educate your children on a whole community that they're gonna encounter one day, so you might as well get it out the way. And a big shout out to those men out there who are flipping a table, flipping the scripts, and are educated or aren't scared to go out there and mingle with things that they don't understand. Like what I'm saying, like pretty much like the straight men who aren't worried about a gay man, you know, giving them a compliment. It's like, oh, you're cute. Oh, thank you so much, man. That's all it takes. Or for, say, a trans woman to come up to you in a bar. Hey, you know, da 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 da. I like you. Y'all start talking, and then in the conversation she goes, I am a trans woman. It's not like, oh, it's like, oh, okay. Like, you don't have to sit there and take everything so personal. I feel like that's what a lot of people do. And it's like, okay, calm down. That person, you know, is different. I may not like that, or I may not understand that, or that may not be what I'm into, you know, relationship-wise. But you can tell them that in such a calm manner and not escalate things. So shout out to the men who are already like mastering or getting a hang of this, because you're gonna make great fathers one day if you're not already one yourself. And I know if you were to have children of this community, you're gonna be like a world's best dad to them, especially when they feel like they can come to you about any and everything. That's gonna be very great. So to finish this video, I just wanted to say thank you to all the great, amazing dads out there. And for those dads who have a lot of questions, please do some research. It will, help you a whole lot in the future. Thank you to all of those people in my life who were, just like a father figure. And thank you most of all to my dad, who loved me unconditionally and who I miss, and that's pretty much it. I think I'll end this video with a happy Father's Day, and if no one told you today, you're beautiful, I love you, and until next time, bye.